So I finished Hunter Ninja Bear. I could not help myself once I started up again. I'd read a couple chapters and I did that initial impressions, and I tried to go slow at that point, which meant I didn't read any for a while. Then once I picked it back up, I read a couple more chapters. I was like, maybe I'll make a video now. And I was like, no, I'm just going to keep reading. And I almost made a video along the way a couple times. And then, I just finished it. So, if you don't want to know anything about this, if you just stumbled on this video, this is great. It's awesome. Hunter Ninja Bear. Phenom Comics. I believe you can buy it off their website. Look it up, phenomcomics.com, I believe. Apparently, it's going to be in stores in October from their marketing. But one thing I will say, I blind bought this pretty much just based on recommendations, essentially. Eric July, really. And knowing Chuck Dixon, having some familiarity with his, more well-known work in the past. And I was not disappointed. But since I didn't look into this at all, it's Hunter Ninja Bear. That can go a couple ways, right? My initial impression was that sounds kind of silly, right? And it's kind of presented as an alternative to rock, paper, scissors. And there's even some video out there online of someone who, a long time ago, had made a version of this, of a rock, paper, scissors using Hunter Ninja Bear. Yeah. So I don't know if that's related to this or not, but my first impression was that this would be on some level silly or something. Well, no, it's dead serious, this story. So if you're in for some adult level, dead serious comic book, action adventure, violent, dark, interesting stories, whether it's comics or not, this is that. That's what this is. And actually, I like it better than I was expecting because of that. Because I didn't, if you read the description, you kind of get a better sense of that tone, but still, it doesn't really convey the seriousness and the darkness of this. And by the end, they've really set something interesting up for sure. And they take their time, which I really appreciate. I mentioned that in the previous video. They continue to take their time, but they do make good on the promise of the name of the book and the setup. And it does, it looks like it's basically setting up an epic conflict. Perhaps, I don't know yet, but perhaps an eternal conflict of some sort. And I'm very much looking forward to seeing where this story goes into the future. If that sounds like your jam, check it out. Moving forward, I'm going to talk spoilers. So like the video and subscribe on your way out. Go read this thing first. But I'm not holding back. I'm going straight to talking about the implications of the ending and in context of the beginning and the whole thing. So, okay. Spoilers. Here we go. All right. I don't want to walk through the whole storyline. Don't have the patience for that right now. And I think, honestly, if you haven't read it yet, you know whether or not you want to read it at this point. So, but the short version is there's basically it's like a clan or a tribal group of ex-ninja are out, in the countryside trying to redefine themselves. And, the next generation, the children are already growing up without any real knowledge of the past of their clan or anything like that. And so as a result, they obviously have to learn how to survive on their own, and they decide to grow their own food. And in the process of that, they clear an area that looks like it's a, I don't know, it's definitely an ancient burial ground, but it's like a bear graveyard. But there's also like a statue. It may be like some kind of shrine to some kind of bear god or bear demon or something as well. I don't really know what this story is or what this place is, but they clear it to grow rice, you know, to shape the hillside and do the whole rice paddy thing. And well, this while they're at that you know, at the time when they clear it, there's only like dead bears. Some bears do end up attacking this area after it's already been, you know, terraformed or whatever you would call it. It's not exactly terraforming, but you know, after the land has been converted to its new use, the bears come and attack the villagers working, and some of them are children, you know, there. So this, of course, results in the clan then going after the bears and killing a bunch of bears. And it goes back and forth, and it escalates to the point where there's one bear either already is some kind of massive demon bear or whatever, or becomes one. I didn't really catch if there was a becoming part of that. But you end up with this alpha demon bear going on a revenge spree, and you've got the villagers trying to get revenge, and in the process, like, there's only basically one guy left from the ninja clan, and it's the guy that still knows ninjutsu. And he realizes he is not able to handle this bear and the other bears on his own anymore. So in order to get his vengeance, he looks through some papers that they have there, and I guess they've got something about, you know, a hunter with a gun. So he goes to America seeking this hunter, and then you learn about the hunter, and they team up, even though they're not really on the same page with much of anything other than their usefulness to each other. And it turns out this hunter apparently has some kind of past with this demon bear, I guess. So if that's explained, I don't remember, but I don't think that's fully explained. But that's why he teams up with them. And then, you know, to keep it short, they eventually make it back. They take out the bears. They have a falling out, but end up taking out the bear together. But then the ninja kind of lets the hunter die in the process of that. And, you know, at the very end, something mystical happens and everybody's resurrected. Well, not everybody, but the bear and the hunter both come back. And the ninja's still out there, I believe, including it looks like the girl that he trained as his sort of surrogate daughter that had come up in the midst of the story. But so my first thought, though, was, yes, there's this bear, and it's a demon bear, and it looks evil, and it does not look like a good thing. But if you go back to the very first chapter of the book, in a way, the Ninja Clan, like, instigated this, right? And I'm sure this will come into play at some point, but they took out this ancient burial ground. Ancient bear burial ground. That's bad. I hadn't even thought about that until just now. Ancient burial ground. Not the tone of the book, but it's there for the taking nonetheless. I'm sure they thought of it. So, you know, it's a really complicated moral scenario. I mean, certainly between the ninja and the hunter, but also between them and the bear. And I don't know what the hunter's history with the bear is, because I don't think they got into that here. But it almost felt like maybe they're, you know, I know they're hinting at a bigger storyline and like some kind of Godzilla level threat. I don't know if that's just a Godzilla sized bear or if all three of them are going to have to work together or something, which sounds kind of silly saying it out loud, but who knows, right? But it sounds like it's set up to go some crazy places because they're all bad people, including the bear in some ways. And then they're all just trying to make things right in other ways. So they've gone gray area with all three of the main characters. Though the bear, I mean, is really presented as the most evil. The bear is maybe the most justified in some way as well. So that's interesting. I'd be interested to know if anyone who's read this has thoughts on that. I'll definitely be following more Hunter Ninja Bear into the future. Like this video, subscribe to the channel. But if anyone wants to talk about this, please, I'll answer in the comments. We could talk about Hunter Ninja Bear, what you thought, what you liked, what you didn't, what you think, where you think this is going. If there's enough interest over time, maybe do a live stream and talk about it. And the rippaverse stuff is coming up. I just don't have it yet, but I believe it starts shipping a few days from now. I might be out of town when it shows up, but I will be jumping on that as soon as I actually have my hands on it. Until the next video.